asking for 3 ways to focus my energy and or channel my energy that will confirm how I am to manifest this abundance for me in the energy that is surrounding me at this time for my highest good and the highest good of all who are connected to me. So be it, and so shall it be. I smile because I am hearing that I am doing it. I am doing it now. Ignite my holy space, my holy temple spirit. Ignite my holy space and my holy temple from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. Ignite my holy space. And the tools that I'm being used, called to use, stones that I have protecting my energy are amethyst, pyrite, and bloodstone, raw bloodstone. Me and things in the raw, like crystals, have a thing. I have a thing for raw energy. I remember, and I'm still this way to this day, I love having hair that is big and like kind of wild. That's why I think I like curly, big curly hair. I love that if it's textured. Even if I rock a straight wig or I rock straight hair, I would prefer that there is something like big about it. So even the straight hair needs to have volume. This gives me the energy of rawness, and I love it. All right, I am looking up. I wound up looking up what stone I had because I wasn't 1000% sure, and I figured it out. So it's the bloodstone, and it is known to protect against negative psychic attacks, which is obvious that I need. And any one of us who tap in regularly, we need this. The oracles need this bloodstone. So the kings, priests, shamans, all that, we need the bloodstone. All the stones are significant, but at any rate, let's go ahead. I'm looking up 911 as I have been seeing. Oh my God. Woo! So here's what 911 or 911 deals with, which could also be associated with the season of September or the time frame of September. So the fall or the end of the summer, however you want to describe it, 9/11, September 11th. Something is significant about that. Here we go. Light worker, you are being called upon, and yes, we are. I am literally in this moment doing exactly what I know that I am called to be doing, that I desire to do desperately. It is a passion of mine, and that is to be in stillness and in the knowing of all, which gives me clarity and peace, and to be able to assist those who are like me, who desire nothing more than to be in service to the divine, by always being in an element of peace and rest, so that our minds can continue to create our reality, our desired reality, and connecting with other minds who have this same desire of unity and peace and abundance and beauty. Okay? So, my focal point has been all of my energies and all of my gifts and talents and spiritual skills have been focused towards this point, which is to create retreats that our light workers can do from the comforts of their home. And when we desire to actually congregate together, when we feel the need to be in the same room and under the same roof with each other or in the same spaces, I will facilitate, we will work together to facilitate finding those locations and renting a space there so that we can do this and do our part to hold space for the collective's healing and harmony and union. called to do. This is the clarity that I have been gifted. And part of doing that even more focus is upon my women, on the woman, the mother, the church, the daughter, the wife, the healer and protector, the provider and the nurturer, the man and the woman. So it is my job to get the women together, get the house in order, and to get the family together. That includes the man and the woman, because the man is but a woman, and woman becomes man. And this continues to happen like this, or like a volleying back and forth. We are at that space where it is time for those who are called to understand this way to be placed under the protection and under the care of other beings who are like them. It's time for them to congregate together. Organelles are forming as we speak in the spirit realm and in the physical, so that we may meet the need of the people. This is what we as the Elohim, the multiple reflections and fragments of God, are called to do in the earth. We will also travel to do this, and we need the funds and to be free to do so. For there are portals that we must travel to and still yet do this work. And I literally mean we must travel to the city, the state, the country, so that this work may be achieved fully. Worldwide, everywhere our feet shall tread, will experience healing rapidly, destroying that which is no longer, to make way for all that is coming and that is already and has been before. Light workers, you are being called upon. Your guides call upon you to use your spiritual development to inspire others. Seeing this number is a message that you possess the gifts of spirit to remind people that their higher power rests inside them. The time is now to make changes in your life. Work so as to carry out this divine calling. 911, or 9 plus 2, which is 11, which boils back down to, if you do 1 plus 1, it equals 2. The numbers 29, the numbers 11, the numbers 1, and the numbers 2 are important. Now I'm going to do my card pull. My question of spirit was twofold. It was, what energy am I currently operating in now moving forward? And the second portion of that question, part B, is that spirit show me in 3 cards what my focal point should be in the direction of my business. I have 4 cards showing themselves right now. I was saying that I was making the bottom card my overall energy card. So the energy that I am embodying. It is the card of sacrifice in this deck, which is the card Neptune. In this deck, it is the number 10, which is also the number 1. And for me, I feel that there are Neptunian energies surrounding my 4th and my 10th house. Let me explain. My 6th and my 12th house. So these placements you will want to look to for yourself as well to help you marry your purpose and your spiritual gifts and developments and experiences so that you can be aware too of exactly where you belong at this point in time. What line of work should you be currently doing each and every day so that you are expressing and living out your soul's true purpose, which is to follow and obey the divine will of the Most High, God. That is at work within you and in people. The number 10 is representative to me of the 10th house, or the rising sign, or the 1st house. In my 4th house, the house of my roots, of my ancestors, of home life, I have Neptune. Listen to me. Listen to how potent spirit is in this present moment. How powerful I am in this present moment. I have Neptune in my 4th house in the sign of Capricorn. I really want to get my book, I mean not my book, but I really want to get my other phone so I can tell you the exact degree. So we can just see how powerful and how potent this moment is in right now. It is 12:23. That's like Christmas Eve energy. Sorry, like, but close to the Christmas Eve. It's not in fact Christmas Eve, but it's close. So something could be significant about December 23rd. I know that for me, the significance between December 24th is that it is my father, the Capricorn's birthday. All right, let me go to my time passages account. In my 4th house, the house of the home. This is the reason why it's significant and important for me to say this. In the house of home, in our residence, in our domicile, in the domestic center, in the house where family resides. This is how and where I am calling to order the divine priestesses and priests that are connected to my home, my order. As I come into your home where you may be, this message will absolutely resonate with you. It will make sense to you. It will honor you. You will recognize it because you recognize yourself in me. And when it is time, we will partner together. By way of you just watching and making sure that you are also doing in your own way and showing up in your own power. Or if it's that you share this video and it reaches others like us. Or if it is that you later in the end come out and make yourself manifest at one of our physical terrestrial retreats. But in some way you are a part of this and you are meant to be here as soul family and soul tribe. In the 4th house, I have Neptune in the 3rd degree in the sign of Capricorn. My power, my force, my level of influence The way that I create most peacefully and most effectively is from the home. I experience the most lessons and most experiences at home. Whether it is my biological home, my home away from home, which can mean abroad or in different places other than just this stationary place. I am healed. I learn. I grow in power. The earth is our home. Heaven and earth are synonymous. We experience both here. Ah. Oh my God. In my 10th house, which is dominated by the sign of Capricorn, natally, naturally, I have the sign of Cancer, 26 degrees Mercury. It is a fame degree, a degree of notoriety. It is literally 3 away from the actual fame degree in Cancer or millionaire degree in Cancer. I am a millionaire. I will be a millionaire. By working from my home, providing order, structure, and healing from childhood wounds, ancestral wounds, blockages, and wire crossings that occur in the home through family. I will touch the seed because the Cancer, the divine mother, is the sign that rules over the home. Me standing in the full range of my power in both my masculine and feminine energies, at home and in work. I am creating and finding my balance now. I have created it. This transmission that you are able to watch and you are seeing, you are a part of history for us, for me, and those connected to me. Because in this moment, I am as strong as I have always and ever been. And as strong as I often felt that I was not, I am in fact strong here. I will be known around the world because of the power of healing, Reiki, psychic, dream world that I am able to touch. I am able to energetically heal you with the things that I say, the things that I show you, the lessons that are taught from me to you, which are really just memories of your past lives, of your future life, of your present life happening at once. And when you can make yourself scarce in your home and you can shut up yourself in your home like the hermit, you are in the ability to hear the transmissions from the Divine Mother that go out to us all. And we are connected, and we are reunited and rejuvenated, and life is restored, and we are strengthened after deaths, after sleeping, after ignorance, after being in darkness. Each day and each night. I am in my power here. I will help you heal the roots. I will help you heal the sacral, because as a terrestrial being, you need these in order to ascend and descend as necessary. And please know that it is necessary. That is my 4th and 10th house placements. I also have my midhaven in 7 degrees, Cancer, a Libra degree. My rising sign over in the 1st house is in the sign of Libra. My part of fortune in Libra. My south node, 24 degrees. I believe that is a Virgo degree, but I digress. 24 degrees Libra. 4 and 2, the number 6. Virgo rules the 6th house. Virgos are about service and reciprocity. When those things do not happen, Virgo becomes very angry. Give back. When you receive, give back. This is why the earth at one time was constantly replenished, because we understood this manifestation, this truth, this thing that was always clear, that when I give to you, you give me back. So I can continue to give to you and not die for depletion of resources. This is why environmentalism is heavily connected also to Virgo in its own way, and Libra. The enforcers and powers of social justice, truth, and change, bringing balance and harmony through diplomacy, through uniting the people. This is why this is so big for you. You and all of your crew, the X-Men and women, you guys have the whole world in your hands, quite literally and figuratively. It is necessary for you to get to your posts and stations. So the work that you are called to do each day, every day, daily, if you are already confused and you are blind about what that is, the retreat is here to assist you with cleansing that blockage, helping you to get still long enough for you to remember who you are and the things that move you. Us taking a snapshot of the picture of the sky and the constellations and placements that were there when you decided to incarnate in a body on this earth from the heavenly waters, from the kingdom of the Mother of God. You need to be reminded of where you come from, the traits that you possess, your reputation, your good name, and also your bad name. You need to be reminded of the highest octaves of your existence and the lowest, and all in between. And this is why it is important for you to have your natal charts read as often as you need to, because guess what? They change. But your natal chart is the imprint. It is your soul's imprint and your soul's expression. And even through the changes, this is what remains. All right, let's move on to the next card. I have the Mars card, the Force. It's reversed. And I know why. This Mars energy deals with the energy of life and death, aggression, power, control, force, sex, war, chemistry, passion. That is here. And actions, by the way. This rules Scorpio and Aries specifically. The spiritual warriors. The reason that this is blocked is because of the roots and sacral chakra energies that are blocked due to sexual abuse that you have experienced in those centers. Let's walk you through some healing with that. Understand first and foremost that you are an atom, the smallest being that was needed to establish matter. Please also understand on a biological level that you are a cell first and foremost. All you have ever been is the mother and the daughter and the sons. You are all. You are the one, having a unique experience of itself, so that it can always work in cooperation, so that life may continue, eternity, life and death may continue, the breaking down and the building up may always continue, so that we may know ourselves and forget, then remember, and know ourselves again. These centers have been blocked, so confusion was cast upon us, whether through molestation or through rape, whether through the anus or through the womb. You were penetrated deeply, violated. Your perineum, the erogenous zones around your reproductive areas, be it you are XX gene making you a girl, or you are XY gene making you a derivative of the girl, the boy. You were penetrated, you were wounded. If it was not that type of energy, it was the fact that you did not have protection. You lived in fear for your life. Somebody usurped authority over you, put you in dire conditions where death loomed around you. You could have experienced death at a very traumatic age. You could have walked in while someone was murdered. You could have walked in upon the dead body. You could have felt as if you died each time that person touched you, or the person who made you feel as though they turned you on and off, hurting your feelings, playing with your emotions, seeing the power that they held over you, inciting fear, joy, hopelessness, despair, sexual desire, desperation. You experienced loneliness extreme. You were abandoned, left alone, betrayed, hurt by those who you trusted, who were left in authority over you, or so you believed. But you now understand that you have in fact been everything to yourself that you felt that you were missing. And if you do not know that yet, you are here for me to share this with you, so that you can reclaim your power, unblock your root and sacral chakra energies, and be healed, so that your energy can flow freely back and forth from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, and back from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head, continuously in infinity. ascending and descending, creating and destroying as necessary, and doing so swiftly and in time, with patience and compassion, understanding and judgment, right and true, no longer confused. This is why we are to partner together. This is why you could not miss this message, because you own your sexuality. It was always yours. It was never theirs. You sacrificed a piece of yourself just so you could experience what they felt. So that you could come back and save them, redeem them and yourself. Restoration and rejuvenation is here, not just for you, but for your bloodline. So understand that the abundance that is here for you, that you are continuing to see synchronicities and signs for, connected to meditation messages or downloads, information that you have channeled in the comfort of your home, in the privacy of your home, under the protection of your ancestral soul tribe. You have unlocked mysteries that are meant to heal the masses for such a time as this, starting with the leaders, starting with the head, starting with Aries energy, and moving into the Taurus. What we have, you are taking the necessary steps to ascend, to descend. And now because you are graduating, you are progressing to ownership. Now that I've got the concept and I understand it in my head, now it is time to move into actions that will lead me to acquire things to myself, resources. In all the ways that I felt I was depleted, I now have in excess, the best of the best, because I took my power back. I took my control back. I got in order, in alignment. These are the messages. Taurus rules the second house. This is the number 14 on this particular card. 4 plus 1 is the number 5. Hathor or Hathor. Isis, very important, connected to this. And whatever other nation of tribesmen, of people, of men and women that exist, that are connected to ownership and prosperity and abundance and beauty and wisdom, they are represented too. A bull is a cow, a male cow. And in some understandings, it can even be the female cow, but it is indicative of wealth. A wealth from the land, fruit of the womb of the earth. In all 4 elements here, okay? In all 4 elements. All 4 elements touch all 12 signs in some way, shape, or form. At least twice. Think the polar opposites. And think the sister signs. The other two cards that came out, we have the lunar eclipse, which talks about changes in our moon cycles. Our moon flows are about to change because of the healings that will take place in the Empress Revolt retreats. And even more than that, there have been people doing this work already before me. I'm just coming in on a new wave. And I'm gathering my people. Taurian energy is about beauty, natural beauty. Fertility in our spirits and in our physical bodies. Attraction, magnetism, sensuality, and sexuality. Taurus energy deals with that. It's church, baby. And every time a woman and her man come together, every time they make love, baby, every time they have sex from a healed space, from a balanced space, somebody operating in the so-called negative and the positive, every time that happens, life occurs. And when you meet your exact self in the form of the opposite sex of you, you meet your twin. The lunar eclipse, we have here the number 43 connected to the number 7. Your cycles will start adding up in some way to the number 7, possibly for some of us. We will actually be on flow and on point totally with the moon, which is really going to be good for us as far as for keeping spiritual and physical time with precision. That's going to be good for our psychic abilities. Lunar eclipse talks about a change. Did I bring the booklet? I did not. That's still divine feminine and Cancerian energy with the moon cycles, and also that's all the water signs: Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Last but not least, in this 10th house, sorry, not 10th house, we have the 12th house here. The number 3. So the numbers 10, 1, 5, 14, 5. Let me say this again. The numbers 1 or 10. The number 5, 14, the number 7 with 43, 34 could be significant there, 41 could be significant. With the 12th house, it is the number 36 here, which is the number 8. Actually, I said this wrong. I think the number is 36. 6 plus 3 equals, it don't even equal 8, girl. It equals 9. So yeah, that's all we have with that. The number 9 and 12 and 21 for some reason. Why did I say 12? Oh, because of the number 3. 2 plus 1 can break down into 3. So, and 3 plus 3 can equal 9. So, anyway, that's why I said that. The 12th house is the house of the twins. It's the house of the collective, but on a spiritual, energetic level. In all things unseen, all things neurotic, the mind, but the deep recesses of the mind, the things that are hidden sometimes from us, that you actually have to go searching and seeking for. Because if you don't, you could miss it. If you don't, you can misunderstand it. Ooh, Pisces is also beauty. The beauty of the underworld, the beauty of the water, the beauty of the heavens, the beauty of the deep, and all the different life organisms that are there. And above the earth, above the water, on the land. Pisces thinks all of it is beautiful, but it can be confusing when you realize that they all break down and eventually become the same thing at different times in different seasons. It is all the same. Everything and everyone is the same, but yet different. These things can be confusing. And to recognize them all the time in every way, in every parallel, can be exhausting. So you seek to escape. You seek to be in stillness. Able to either allow your mind to float and imagine and create, or to simply be still and not think of anything at all. But you would literally never dream of doing neither, so you suffer with doing them both. And you self-medicate in between. So addictions, hidden illnesses and diseases that come from said addiction could come up here. But let me tell you, sickness actually shows up here to die so that new life can happen again. Even if sometimes that means that the sickness has to be eradicated or removed by way of your spirit being extracted from your avatar for a time. You return. You return anyway. You are regenerated. And it doesn't matter how long. It just matters that it happens and that it is. So death is nothing to fear. And thus some of you actually live longer because you don't fear death. And the things that may bring you death, that you have recognized and realized in everyday life, you don't fret over anymore. Because you know the truth of it all. But I caution you that just because you know the truth of it all already doesn't mean that you should create a stumbling block for those who are not yet there. Thus, because you know better, you do better. This is the year that addictions will be broken for the purpose of generational traumas and curses being broken and lifted up off the tribes of men. Pisces season, the illusions fall. the veils become thinner. They mesh together where things begin to seem like it's distorted. Now I see everything. I see angels and I see dead people. I digress. Spiraling upwards and downwards, ascending and descending. And this is the way of the world. This is our life. This is eternity and the end. Forever. That is the energy reading. I want to get back into this meditation energy. Spirit, allow me to channel more to help us unblock our roots. We are being called into a season right now of focus. Even, yes, with our spiritual gifts. Whichever elements, in whatever arrangement, and whatever order works for you in all of the fragmented marks or signs and planetary rulers for you, these are what you need to marry. These are what you need to study in order to gain confidence in your abilities. You need only for this to be ignited in you, in your mind, in your body, which will move you to actions. Daily actions. That step by step, day by day, will literally have you moving in the right direction of your soul's purpose, of your north node and your south node. That will lead you to your 10th house energy. Study your astrology. Don't say that you do not have time. Make the time. The time is now. You want to know the reason that you can slow down? Because the time is always now, and yet it continues. It goes on and on because it doesn't actually exist. We made it up. And we continue to agree with that. So time exists. But when you cross the timeline where time actually does not exist, that is different for you. And now to integrate this knowledge, to integrate this information, means that when you are experiencing confusion, when you are not feeling confident of yourself, you must slow down, you must stop, you must go within. And you must use every element in your chart. You must use the elements in your chart to help spark your memory, so that you once again know what you need to be doing and you are clear about who you are and what your responsibility and mark and sign is in the earth. What is your standard? What are the laws that govern you? Once you find it out for you, you find it out for your soul tribe if you have one. And then you know where you stand in the grand scheme of things, the people you should be around. And from that space, from that ignition, it moves you into action to where you will move. You will align yourself with those people, with those energies, with those types of energy, even within your home life. For you understand that what you are surrounded by permeates your very existence. your environment influences and can protect. But if you choose to remain defenseless, you are infiltrated. You are weakened. For the warfare of our weapons are not carnal, meaning they cannot simply be held in your hand or touched, sniffed with original scent, touched or tasted in that way. No. They come from the air-like quality of the element or of the sign. Whatever is the highest, lightest quality of the sign, that is what you should look to when looking to fight the principalities of the air. These are the leaders and beings that give the signals that go to the hearts, i.e. minds, gut, and root and sacral chakra centers, and either distort them or keep them clear. What do you mean by that, Jure? I would say that in the case of water, the elements of water, air or smoke, fog, this is the highest of that. In the case of earth, dust is the highest, lightest form of that. In the case of fire, smoke and soot and ash are the highest forms of fire. Everything returns to the air, to the heavenly waters. Dust. I'm literally getting the picture of the mummy and Egypt and the scene where the mummy was regenerated from the sand. I just literally feel that I just described that scene, or that scene describes visually, which really in communications, it touches everything. The airwaves, the air rules all elements. That is the reason that as a man thinketh, so is he. The air rules everything. And the spirit speaks into the air as well. But you merely have to think a thought. And from the moment that you think the thought, you feel it. You begin to feel it to the point to where if you think on it long enough, you begin to embody the feelings. And that embodiment moves you into activity or inactivity. And you are either doing and not doing. Therefore, manifesting or not. To my dear sisters and brothers, My focus is the sisters first, so I will say to my sisters, and I guess I'll even say to the brothers who desire to be a part, to stand in the energy of protection. To the divine women who have already opened up these chakras, who would also like to stand in a form of protection, join me. In the link in my bio, I will have the discovery call information, and I will have the service for you guys to go and look into. Today's video was merely a glimpse into just some of the work and some of the ways that we are going to curate and facilitate healing of our root and sacral chakras. My goal is to make this so immersive and so beautiful. A production, really. For us to meditate, for the atmosphere to be conducive to spiritual and physical healing under all the signs, all the marks, all the symbols, so that it can happen like this, utilizing all the manners of communication. Feeling, sound, scent, taste, touch, and did I say sight? All of the senses and that knowing will be evoked and immersed in our spiritual retreats because they are all necessary. Right now, I'm blowing out any excess energy that I did not use in the channel messages. And I'm already getting my next instructions. For clearing and cleansing this energy, but also keeping it pulsating and moving. Just to bring this back down and to ground this, you guys, the reason why some of us have not been able to manifest the life of luxury that we were always sure that we were meant to live has been because our root and sacral chakras have been blocked. Okay? So, because of that, this is why I'll be facilitating the mini retreats from the comfort of my home. I'm going to just put it across all of my platforms, The Pretty Preacher, Autochthonous Aries. That way, wherever you met me, and whatever platform you follow me on, you should be able to have access to it. Except for TikTok. I know that that won't work through TikTok. Until, of course, you guys get me up to like 10K, where I can go live there too. But in the meantime, in between time, we're starting with what we have right now. I was instructed. I'm going to come back in another video. This was already too long. If you guys want to hear the backstory about what made me do what I'm doing, aside from the fact that it's a call, and how I did it, like this video, comment that you want to know. Alanis Morissette reference. It's not the same exact song, but it's a reference, a pun from it. Anyways, put it in the chat and I will be back. All right, guys, let me get up and end this session. Numbers chapter 6, verse 26 to you all. All right, let's go ahead and let's let's prepare for the ending of this. I'm also going to put on the song that Spirit has been telling me I should put on. But first, before I do that, let me move this. Actually, I'm clearly doing the opposite of what I just said, so let's get it. Move your body like a snake. Oh my God, I can't believe it's by him. It makes sense. He's a Capricorn. He's been associated with sensual, sexual rape and things like that. It makes sense. And he also called himself the Pied Piper.
How do I say this out? I want to see you move your body like a snake. Move your body like a snake, man, like that. Shake it till it won't break, man, like that. Don't hold back for the goal line, like that. Let your money make a jump, like that. Let me see you go on, like that. Bring it up and let it roll, like that. I love it when you walk and jump, like that. Make me wanna get to know you, like that. And the way you move so sexy, mama, you bringing me between my knees. In the air like you came to party, shaking it, making a whole club free. Get down, get down. Girl, I wanna dance with you, baby, no doubt. Get down, get down. Baby, we can get together, turn this party out. Move your body like a snake, like that. Shake it till it don't break, like that. Don't look like what we're going like that. Let your money make a chop, like that. Let me see you go on, like that. Bring it on and let it roll, like that. Love it when you walk and show, like that. Make me wanna get to know you, like that. Like we do rhythm in the jungle, making love. Feeling like a string on a guitar. Eyes and know who you are. Body smoking like a Cuban cigar. You're the mama and I'm the dada. And when you do it, it's so yada. While I'm out on the back of my car. Girl, you got me screaming fiesta. Body language singing word out. Get down, get down. Love the way you put that train on me, no doubt. Get down, get down. Maybe we can get together, turn this party out. Move the body like a snake, like that. Shake it till it won't hold, like that. Don't look like what we're going like that. Let your money make a jump, like that. Let me see you go on, like that. Bring it up and let it roll, like that. I love it when you walk and show, like that. Make you wanna get to know you, like that. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell up out of here. 3 o'clock, we in a hotel lobby. The party in my penthouse suite. You go up a flash shorty to me. Girl, like a, let me see you breathe. The way you freaking is full, yeah. Walking out in the back of my car. Girl, you got me screaming fiesta. Body language saying whatever. Get down, get down. Love the way you put that thing on me, no doubt. Get down, get down. Maybe we can get together, turn this party out. Move your body like a snake, like that. Shake it till it won't break, like that. Don't look like let it go, like that. Let your money make a jump, like that. Let me see it go on, like that. Bring it out and let it roll, like that. Love it when you walk and show, like that. Make me wanna get to know you, like that. Uh-oh. I beat the ball players, the ball score, the ball, the players, the ball source. Some of y'all wanna be players, the ball, the ball source. Coming like a snake, like that. Shit, coming on, break my like that. Don't like how it go like that. Let your money make a charge like that. Let me see it go on like that. Bring it up and let it roll like that. You love it when you walk a shot like that. Baby, you wanna get to know ya like that. Move coming like a snake, like that. Shit, coming on, break my like that. Don't like how it go like that. Let your money make a charge like that. Let me see it go on like that. Bring it out and let it roll like that. You love it when you walk a shot like that. Baby, you wanna get to know ya like that. Like that. Like that.
528 frequency music.
At Sarah Lee Red, we believe that sharing good food with your family is an everyday act of love. You can taste our commitment in every soft,